Hello everybody, thank you for tuning back into the Dark Arts Coffee YouTube channel. I'm one of your hosts, Brad.
I'm Jamie.
And today we have got a guest who's made the trip all the way over from Finsbury Park, Brodie from Top Cuvée.
That's me, Top Cuvee. Got it.
We're gonna have a little chat, see what he's been up to, see what he's been doing with the coronavirus and see what he's been doing with his restaurant and businesses that have come out of that. So, roll intro.
So yeah, you had like if someone doesn't know what Top Cuvée is, can you explain what it is to start with? How it was before coronavirus?
Definitely. So, best way to describe Top Cuvée would be like a neighborhood restaurant, like at the very essence of that. So, small, like 30 cover restaurant, seasonal menu, dishes like change up all the time, like focus on, local where we can. Obviously, being in London, local produce is like an interesting concept, but we work as hard as we can with that. Natural wine's always been at the forefront of like the drinks offering. And we're just kind of smashing that really for a year. We always kind of attack the restaurant with a mentality of being like a pub. So, we think about it a little bit more in depth than that. It's like the third place. So, you go to work, you go home. Any good community needs like a third space for people to socialize and do that. In Britain, like, normally that's the pub. We all know that. So we wanted to have a restaurant that had a feeling of like, oh, it's just chill. I can go there on a Wednesday, or I can go there on a Saturday and celebrate, but not like be the place where, ooh, that's just for my birthday or something. That was us really. We've been going for like a year, it'll be 2 years in Feb. So like
what were you doing before
year and a half. Me personally was working in, I used to live in Melbourne. So I was working at Dinner by Heston. The sort of 2 Michelin star restaurant. So did definitely enjoy that as like a 2.5 year education in hospitality, I suppose.
So after that, you kind of got the bug and you were like, I want to open my own spot.
So yeah, we took that like hardcore discipline and then apply it to like a chill venue.
So obviously we've just gone through quite a severe lockdown due to the coronavirus and the COVID-19 outbreak. When that first started to roll on, what was your guys' initial response to because obviously you didn't have to shut down straight away, did it? It was, I remember there was a bit of a period there where no one really knew what was going on.
For us, it's really interesting because we had 2 guys in the kitchen, long-term, they were our chefs, Graziano and Cosimo, lovely guys, but basically they're from Puglia in Italy. So we were watching all the events unfold in Italy on their mobile every day. We were like, fucking hell, seen this? It was like, fuck, this is crazy. But then in my head, I was always like, right, if this comes to the UK, that's what's gonna happen for sure. Because
Well, that's good you had that, because I remember at the start, a lot of people were still walking around like, yeah, it's not gonna happen here.
it was like a crystal ball into like the future of coronavirus.
It was, wasn't it?
And those guys were like so good and on it. They were like already planning for like takeaway, and when all other restaurants were like, oh, fuck, what's happening? These guys were like, yeah, sick. This is what we're gonna do, because their mates in Italy are like, oh, I'm working, we're doing pasta, we're doing this, we're doing that. And then you remember what happened was they announced that people couldn't go to bars or restaurants, but they also didn't like physically close them like by law. So we were like, fuck.
And this was before furlough as well.
Yeah, this was day 0, right? And we were like, let's shut the restaurant and sell takeaway and sell the wine list, sell the stock that we've got, just to try and stay open. Because literally we were like, fuck, that's it. Like,
and I imagine at the time you probably had the burden of all of your staff, all of their wages, had them looking to you as like, what are we going to do?
That's it. I mean, we were so lucky. We were a team at the time of 4. So myself, my restaurant manager, Rafe, and Graziano and Cosimo. So we were really fortunate to like have that support, but every day we were like fighting to pay the wages in a way. We didn't know what was going on, so we were just like, yes. We sold like, did $1,000 on like takeaway wines.
Yeah.
But it was like, awesome.
Yeah.
We can pay everyone today.
And I suppose with such a small team,
We're so lucky.
like you can be quite dynamic in that situation, correct?
Absolutely. So, yeah, everywhere was shut. We just had regulars coming in, being like, what can I buy?
Yeah.
Literally just trying to support us, and that was mad.
I remember we had similar things right at the start where people were emailing us just saying, can you put a gift card up on your website so I can just load up on that? Because I want you guys to get through.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, I suppose I forget it now because it does seem like a really long time ago, but it wasn't. We're only talking about a couple of months. But the outpouring of support that happened, I mean, I imagine it was pretty global, but I can only speak for this area, but it was immense, wasn't it?
Yeah, big time, for sure. Then it started getting into like, fuck, there's no pasta anywhere, there's no toilet roll, all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So then we were like, okay, cool. Let's become like a local, more than just takeaway food. We
Yeah.
started doing like essential groceries. So
Yeah.
again, like you said, it seems like ages ago, but the whole thing with like flour, it was
Yeah.
nuts. People were like going crazy for flour, but because we have the restaurant suppliers, they got heaps of flour. All
Yeah.
the shop suppliers have no flour because the shops are getting pumped. So it was just like the perfect thing. We would like buy it from our supplier. Who needs to get it?
And at that point, they had stock. They
had loads of stock. They
because
were
all of their
shitting themselves.
cafes, like all restaurants that they were supplying to, had all shut.
Yeah.
So then, obviously, that was something you started doing. But then you started putting things together, like curating boxes, correct?
No, we've done it. We've done it all.
kinda-
Like, we've done everything. So yeah, that was a big part of it. Like Easter came around,
Yep.
so we curated like Easter boxes. You know, working with our meat supplier, veg supplier, wine, beers, cocktails, all of that. And then, you know, our thing then was like, okay, we'll be the link to like restaurant quality ingredients at home. We were selling heaps of wine, doing bike courier deliveries. So anywhere
To the parks.
to the parks, yeah, that came about as well. So you could order by bicycle delivery, we'd drop it in the local park within the hour.
I think that's when I first started to, because I'd already started hearing about what you had been doing, and I think it was through the curated sort of like food boxes. Because I remember at the start, like everyone started doing that because it started working, and obviously you just started seeing cafes and restaurants start offering these like food boxes. But I think with where I saw it change, I think with you was the marketing aspect of selling it to a park and being close enough to parks where a lot of young people go to hang out. And because you couldn't go to a restaurant, you couldn't go to a bar, everyone was going to the parks. And then there was just these photos of just people kind of breaking the rules a little bit in regards to the social distancing, but drinking your guys' wine and tagging you, and then you guys are doing. And it looked really interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, we're loving the shop, we do the shop, but the reality is we're hospitality people. So
Yeah.
that was the biggest aspect that we missed.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
Obviously, we couldn't really hang out with anyone. So that thing, going to the park and like sharing it on social media, that was probably like giving us that dopamine hit of like what we normally get when we serve people.
Right, yeah.
And then, yeah, just spinning everything in a positive light as well. That was a big focus.
Yeah.
You know, yes, this is awful, but like at least we're having fun right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, and then it got to the point where, you know, the online side of the business was like a real business.
So what is your online business now? You were saying that you kind of like the selling of the wine, and is it now that's the focus is wines and just selling wines? Are you doing subscriptions? Or?
Yeah, so we got the online bottle shop. So
Yeah.
shopcuvee.com is like
Shopcuvee.com.
that's the online shop.
Yeah.
On there we also sell like bottled cocktails and some deli items.
Cool.
And then another sort of offshoot of that, I suppose, is the wine subscriptions.
Yeah.
And that's just something else that's really blown up.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe because
Well, you've got the followers.
Yeah.
You've got the people now, I guess, like are looking to you for good wine,
Yeah.
and they're looking for a curated wine experience.
Yeah.
I think it's what I see from the outside looking in is that's what you guys are doing exceptionally well, is that curation of the wine.
Yeah, definitely. But then what we want to do is make it accessible.
Yeah.
You know, think coffee is a good example. You guys definitely will understand, you know, like, think of Hartmann, Geisha, like really long and boring, or banging coffee, exactly the same, but just put across in a more fun way.
Yeah.
That's going to get people on board and then learn all about it and all about the processing and all that sort of stuff. But
Well, I suppose that brings us to, we've got 3 bottles of wine sitting on the table right there, don't we?
yeah. Yeah, should we crack one open?
I think we probably should.
Yeah, I mean,
What have we got?
what have we got? Right, let's start with this from Domain Derman.
Yeah.
So this is a really fun bottle of wine. I mean, show the camera. It's yeah, Eldenswicker. So it's a blend from Alsace. It's a family like winemakers, the Derman family.
Yeah. Smells young.
Yeah, I mean, get into it.
Yeah.
But they call this Cuvée
Yeah.
neutral. So there's no sulfur added. Biodynamic vineyards. So you've got like a pure expression of grapes juice and nothing else really.
The acidity is wild on that.
Yeah, it's real high acid,
Yeah.
no fining, no filtration, bottled really quickly. So it's not, you know, this is not trying to be like some fucking Premier Cru like fancy stuff. This is wine to drink.
Yeah.
Smash it in the park. Could probably do with being a little colder, but
Yeah, but it still has like, it's really refreshing as well. I can imagine that like on a sunny day, you just want to drink this off.
yeah,
A
definitely.
couple bottles of it with some friends.
I think it's pretty low alcohol. It's
12 and a half.
12 and a half, so a little bit higher.
Is that quite?
Yeah, I would have expected it to be a bit less. You know, these are the type of wines that we really like, and it's more about just it tastes good. We're not trying to compare it to like last year or something. It's just
Yeah.
tastes good, gets you pissed.
Yeah.
You know, gets the conversation going, and you know,
At the end of the day, like, what your objective is delicious, correct?
exactly, always. That's it. Not to.
Do you like that? You did. Or am I just...
Objective
delicious.
I know.
They make a whole heap of wines, and this is an example of like, especially with the Instagram thing.
Yeah.
You know, some of these wines are really low production, right? There's not much of it.
Yeah.
So you get them, do a little Instagram post, and they just like sell out straight away, which is obviously good, but then also is like, oh, people are disappointed. I think now more and more people are moving into natural wine. There's less sort of availability, so these kind of rare wines become even more scarce.
Well, I suppose that just creates that, like, you know, necessity to be right there, ready to pull the trigger and purchase.
Exactly.
Pull the trigger.
Yeah, there's you know, some comparison. Mission Delicious.
Pull the trigger on Mission Delicious. Well, bottoms up. What's next?
Next up. Chin Chin.
All right, what do we got here?
So this is a Vinho Verde from Portugal. I guess, again, Instagram wines.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big Instagram
Yeah.
one. I've seen that one.
Yeah, so this is...
It's a great label, by the way.
It's a great label. Yeah, so this is a wine from Portugal. It's imported by our friends at Noble Rot. You seen that magazine?
No, I haven't.
Well, they got a restaurant in Central. Yeah, they also publish a really, really good wine magazine. Like, it's serious wine journalism, but everything about it is cool. Like, it's very well presented.
Yeah.
The guy, I think, used to run or be a big part of Island Records. But basically, yeah, so they import this wine, and then essentially they're labeling it themselves, because oftentimes you find a Vinho Verde like this, which is you know, super delicious, spritzy, easy drinking, sparkling mineral water in a way.
Will, do you want some of this?
There's
We
one
can.
cup.
Yeah, there's probably like a. Hey, Will, do you want some of this wine? Yeah. All right. Jesus, he was right there waiting for it as well. The magic of TV. Here we go.
Cheers,
Yeah,
guys.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
Cheers, Will. So yeah, you get it. There's not too much to sort of go on to with like in-depth tasting notes and stuff. You know, it's just a really refreshing white wine with a bit of fizz to it.
Yeah, it's not a huge body, but it's just enough.
Yeah, and that's it. That's what people want. That's not, you know, not
you don't
everyone
want
wants.
to think about your glass all the time, right?
I mean, it's good
Just make it tastier.
sometimes to like get into it and really appreciate wines, but you can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think we talk about coffee like that a lot as well. With like, yeah, we can sit down and cup it, we do cup it, but then you can sit and really like analyze it and write down a bunch of flavor notes. But like, it's fucking delicious. I want another cup. That's all I need. To know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the volume that we sell is like testament to that, right? Because we sell a lot of it.
Of that one there in particular?
Yeah, the Chin Chin is like, it's the top selling wine that we have.
Really?
Yeah.
And all of these available on topcurvey.com.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Shop Cuvee.
Shop Cuvee.
Yeah,
Shopcuvee.com.
Can you spell that?
S.
No, like seriously, right on the label. Write it on this side as well.
On here.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Great.
Yeah, everything's available. Should we give a discount code for Dark Arts fans?
Yeah, do you want it?
Sure.
Yeah.
What should we call it?
Operation Delicious.
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
All right. there you
Operation
go.
Delicious. What are the viewers getting off?
You're gonna get 10% off your purchase from
Just 10?
15. 15.
Lovely. So what do we got up next?
So, Sylvan Bach, one of our favorite producers from the Ardèche, which is like just to the west of the Northern Rhone. Sylvan's like, this wine, I thought I'd bring this one because it's a little bit more, I don't know, less like fun juice, a little bit more, not serious, but you'll see.
Is it quite a minerally wine?
Yeah, I
the
mean,
name?
that's the name.
Yeah.
Six of the Rock, right? So
I
yeah,
like this kind of wine.
Malbec, like,
Another good label.
yeah, this is cool. This is really nice design. But it's like, I don't know, I think Sylvan Bach's a really excellent example of, you know, yeah, natural wine, but it doesn't have to be like funky and wacky or anything like that. These wines are really clean. Excuse me. These wines are really clean and like well put together.
Yeah.
He treats them, you know, like, I guess you could say they're a bit classic in style.
Cool.
Yeah, Sylvan Bach. Yeah, I mean, that's perfect for a day like today.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
smooth. See, that's me.
Yeah.
I find because I don't know, I just got things that are too acidic. They fuck me up. That.
Yeah, well, that's it. And these both, you know, both of these wines are natural wines, but just I wanted to show the
The
variation that you can
Yeah.
have.
Nice one. So I suppose what's next for Top Cuvée and Shop
Shop
Cuvée?
Cuvée. We're trying to open a permanent shop.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's separate to the restaurant.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
So like
cool.
I said, we're working on, at the moment, we've got the restaurant in the restaurant space that's also housing the shop. It's like pretty fun, but a bit of a nightmare with both businesses being so busy. So we, we're trying to get like a physical location just around the corner that will like house the shop, take care of all the online, like kind of what you guys have here, right? With
Yeah.
Sure.
do all your packaging and
You do need like logistics.
Like cardboard.
It's cardboard, man.
mental.
Cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to say anything about these beers, or should we just like end it now and drink them?
End it now and drink them, I reckon.
Sweet.
All right. So what was it? It was shopcuvee.com.
Shopcuvee.com.
Discount code.
Discount code, what was it?
Operation Delicious.
Yeah.
Operation Delicious.
Operation Delicious. That'll get you 15% off.
And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Thank you guys very much for coming. And thank you for coming. Thank you for being here, Jamie.
No problem.
And thank you, Will, for putting this into a beautiful package for our lovely friends at home. Peace.
Right. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that bit.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye.